Hello, I'm Faith and her Crafty Ideas, and I'm back for attempt number 3. Things just haven't gone well with this video. I just been waiting to do it. They're working in our basement and they've been making all kinds of noise, so I've been putting it off and putting it off. Last evening I thought, I've got a quiet evening and I can do this. So I started off doing it, and wouldn't you know, a crop duster decided the wind was down, so they started buzzing overhead. So I had all that, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and I'll do it, and maybe it won't be too bad. And then Rosie, my vacuum cleaner, decided she wanted to work a little bit more, so she took off. So it was a no-show. So today we're going to try it again. And if they start drilling in the basement or whatever they're doing, we'll just pause it and my husband will just piece it together for me, he said. But anyways, the way they drill down there, you'd think we lived at Fort Knox and that's what they're having to do. But anyways, we'll see. But I just thank you for stopping by. And I just want you to click the like button, the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, the bell, so you can see when new ones come out. And I just appreciate everybody that comes in to visit me. And those of you that tell me that you stop in to visit me. I just love to share my love of crafts, my cross-stitching, my little bit of sewing, and my little bit of quilting, and my card making. I love to share those things with you. And I hope that maybe you'll get a little bit of an inspiration from those things. And if you do, the comment section on my video is working now. Please put a comment in there and tell me that you watched or something that on the video that you enjoyed seeing. And I would love to know that. So please do that for me. I would just really love to read your comments. Anyways, let's get started. I have been on a binge lately watching other floss tubes. I don't know how many I've been watching, but I don't watch TV too much anymore. I just watch my floss tubes. And I just really enjoy watching them. But I will say, the majority of them, well, probably all of them, are way above me. They're here and I'm down here. They use such a variety of different material. They go to this 24 count, 30 count, 50 count. I don't know. Me, I just like my 14 count Ada. But their work is just beautiful and I love to watch them and see, and I try to get different ideas of what they're doing and how they do their videos. And I just love to watch them. Anyways, they're so exciting. And their threads, they use all different kinds of threads. I use DMC thread. That's my main thread that I use. And they rattle off these different kinds of threads like Classic Color Works, Overdyes, Dinky Dyes, Gentle Arts threads. They use all those different threads. But they put out some of the most beautiful work. I just love to look at them. And another thing they do is some of them have, if you think I have a lot of whips going on, you need to watch some of theirs. Some of them have 30 and 40 whips going on at a time. And no, I don't do that. But, you know, I know some of you think I'm kind of crazy. But anyways, they have that. And some of their pieces are really big that they've been working on for 2 and 3 years. And that's not me either. I want to see an ending to my pictures, so I know there is an ending. Now, it may take me, you know, a year to do it, but it's not because it's that big of a piece, because I'm slow. But I just refer myself to just a country bumpkin, and I just love what I do, and I love to watch them. And I'm going to mention 1 or 2 of them at the end of the video that I've been watching, and I just love to watch them. Anyways, my last video was on March 28. So let's see what I've been up to since then. And I'm going to mix in some of my haul, things that I bought in with as I talk to you today. So it's not all just in one spot. But first of all, I've worked at the Etc. shop once or twice, and I volunteer my time, and I don't get paid for working there because I'm a volunteer, so I go bankrupt while I'm there. Things that I find, things that I buy. And one of the things I wanted to show to you that I buy there, and I always get to look at them, is these come in. It's cross-stitching pieces. Isn't that beautiful? They're all quilts. That one there, I love that. Now these first ones I'm going to show you, I don't know if I'll ever do them or not, but I'm going to keep them. And look at this one. I love that one too. And yeah, I love these. And look at this one. Look at this one. I love that one. And this one. Isn't that pretty? Someday I may try to make them, but right now I'm just considering them in my collection. Because I love quilts. I love quilts. And look at this one. Aren't those pretty? Now the next one I'm going to show you is one that I think I will do. It's not necessarily a quilt. It's like a store kind of, or just, it's got different quilts in it. But it says, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalms 49:14. But now this one, I think I'm going to put in. I may not do it this year or even next year, but I am going to write this down on my list and do this one. I think that's so. And you know, most of these, if you go out and you buy them outright, you pay, let's see what the price on, doesn't have a price on that one. Let's look. $2.50, $3, most of them. And I pay 20 cents, you know, for them. And another thing they have there, is they have these magazines, Country Stitch. And they put them in bundles of like 4, I think it is. And so I get these. And I go through them and I take out the ones that I really, really like. And I want to show you just a couple that I picked up that I think these might end up in my list sometime or another. And a lot of the people I watch, they do samplers, or some of them that's all they do is samplers. And a sampler, if you don't know, it consists of the alphabet. Not just one time, but maybe 2 or 3, 4 times in there. And then it may have a house or other things in it. Well, this is one sampler that I think I might do. I love that one. I don't know if it's the frame that makes it or what, but I do like this one. So I think I might do this sampler. That sampler. And then, I don't know if you can see that Christmas tree. Isn't that beautiful? It just says Merry Christmas all through it, and then it has a tree. Which I don't think it'd be that hard to make. I think that one would be a pretty one to do. And this one is a simple one to do. Put this above my dryer. Now, I do hang my clothes out when I can. We have plenty of wind to do it. Just have to wait when the dust isn't flying. But this one here, put it above my dryer. And it says, thank you, Lord, for my dryer. I really like that one. That would be a simple one to make too. And let's see, 2 more. This one I really like. This one you consider a sampler also, I think. It's got the alphabet. And it says, we thank thee, Lord, for our rich heritage. H-A-R-E, heritage. Isn't that cute? And then I would put Slagle down there. I just think that is so cute. I want to put that in my lineup somewheres, sometime. So you might see that one again. Then the last one I'm going to show you is this one here. It's got a picture for each of the months, and then it's got a little saying for winter, spring, summer, and fall. And for like winter, it says, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. Winter is peaceful with memories, bare trees, frost. I have to turn it around. Spring, the time of the singing of birds is come. Flowers, spring is soft with fragrance. Blossoms, birds. And then, let's see, fall. Time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is, oh dear, 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 which is planted. Fall is bright with color, haystacks and pumpkins. And then summer, he hath made everything beautiful in his time. Summer is warm with sunshine, long days, vacations, swimming, and hot weather. I just think that one's a cute one. You could keep that one up year round, but I really like that one. I really like that one. But so I do that. And those magazines, I don't know how much they are, but I get them in a bundle and go through them. And if there's nothing in the magazine I like, I put it back and let somebody else enjoy it. And then something else that I always look for, people that have stopped doing cross stitch. Sometimes I'll be able to pick up a pack of 8 of material, 14 count material. So I can do that while I'm there. And anyways, this past week I did a little bit of sewing. Well, I did a little bit of mending, which I do not enjoy. And I would rather, and I got my material ready. I'm not very good at it. Other people make beautiful project bags. And you know, I've made a couple before. Here's one of my project bags that I've made before. And I've got my material ready. So hopefully by the next time I have a video, this will be the outside of it, and this will be the inside. Red on one side and blue on the other. I thought I'd try to make myself another project bag, so I'm going to do that. So I did that, and then we had to go to the city last week to do some shopping. We're making another room down in our basement, and so we had to go and do some shopping for that. When we go, I always stop at Hobby Lobby. That's the closest place for me to buy my thread that I need, or material, or anything like that, unless I do it online, which I do that too. So I always stop there and get my things that I need. And so we stopped there, and I wanted to show you, I don't know if all of them, but this time they had 2 pieces of material that I thought was just beautiful. This one is called Vintage Oat, but look at the marble color in that. Isn't that pretty? I just thought that'll be really pretty to sew something on. I thought that one, I just really liked that one. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I always pick up 1 or 2 pieces so that I'll have them on hand. And then I picked up a blue piece. Look at that one, like blue clouds. Yeah, I love that one too. That is so pretty. That one is called, oh, it's just called Vintage Blue. But I love that. That's another 14 count. I just thought that was so pretty. That one was pretty too. And then I'm going to I just wanted to tell you a little bit. Wait, hold on 1 minute, please. That was more like a flash of a second for you. But I was going to show you how I do my threads. I'm going to put in a picture right here of how I store my threads. And so whenever I'm getting ready to do a project and I'm getting all my threads ready, I go to my drawer and I look to see if I have that thread there. And if I don't, when I go to the store and buy threads, I always buy 2 of whatever colors I need. And so the one I'll use, and if I don't have it in my drawer, I have started putting them on these and I keep them here. And like this is my 900s and this one is my 500s, but I have one for each of the numbers, 200s, 300s, 400s, and so forth. And so if I don't have it in my drawer, I check and see if I have one hanging here. And if I don't have it hanging here, then I know, okay, I've got to buy it. And so this is kind of my own little store. That way I keep them. And that way, you know, so I know what I've got. And then, I tell you what I discovered. I was going through some of my parents' things I've brought home after my mother passed away. And they must have collected keychains from every place they visited. And here I've wondered, what could I do with them? And here I decided, right here. So I put one of their little keychains on each of my numbered threads. Like this one is the house on the rock. They went to visit it. The house on the rocks. So that was her little memento that she had there. I thought that was so cute. And then this one, let's see what this one is. Oh, this one. It's a picture of Mary, but somebody gave it to her. It says on the back who it was from. To Dorothy. And it's who it's from. And it was given to her in 1994. So I'll keep that. I just think that's kind of special that I decided to do that. That way I can keep that and have something special of them. So I thought that was a cute idea that I came up with all by myself. So anyways, that's what I did. And then I also bought, I have somebody that does my finishings for me. And so I bought some mounting boards. This is sticky, so I can stick my material to it. And so I bought 1 or 2 of those and to do that. So let's see what cross stitching I've been doing. Let's check that out. Since March 28. The first thing I worked on since March 28 was my Serendipity. I'll put a picture in right here of where I was. And this is what it'll look like when it's finished. And here is where I'm at now. So that's coming. So a little bit at a time. So I'll work on that. And then the last 2 days started. I just started on it. So I don't know if I have a picture or not of that one. But if I do, I'll put it in right here. But here, and this is not the best picture to have of it. I printed it on used paper apparently. But that's what it will look like when I'm done. And here is where I'm at now. That's where I am. I'm just working on the border. Can't wait to get to the inside. So that's where I'm at on that one. That got me through to the end of March. April, we went camping. So I kind of worked on 2 things, depending on what I was doing. I worked on, gracious, my little camper. Worked on that. And let's see. We'll put a picture in right here of where I was before I started, if I have one. This is where I am now. I'm not too far from being done on this one. And I also finished up while I was camping. Fruits and veggies. All I had left to do was the back stitching in it. So it's all done. Now I have a question for you that I need you to answer. While I was at Hobby Lobby, I bought this. And we'll have to put some material or decorate it up a little bit, but do you think it'd be better for me to, I know I have to fit it in there and work a little bit. This one to put in there, we'll trim it off and we'll put it in there. Put some material behind it. Think that'd be a better fit? Or, now I have to turn it this way, and I'd have to take these strings off and put them on top. Or would it be better to put that one in there to trim it off? Whoops. And put that one in there. Now I can buy, or maybe both of them. I can maybe buy another one the next time I go. Give me your opinion. Tell me what you think I ought to do. I need some opinions on that. So that's a finish and an almost a finish. Almost. And then after that, my nose is itching. After that, I worked on, this I worked on for 6 days because it was one of my whip go goes. And when it comes up on my whip go, I will have to, I don't have to, I do, I work on it for 6 days. So here, let me put it over here. Here is where I was before. And now here is where I am now. I think I finished all of that and all of that in 6 days. Got quite a bit done. And it's coming along. I think if I would have done it regularly, did 1 square week, if I counted it up right, I think I'd be in the month of October, I believe. So that's how many weeks I have left to finish it. So that's where I'm at on that one. And then after that one, I worked on this one, Praying Hands. This is probably one of the biggest ones that I have to do. And it has been one of the hardest ones for me to work on. Here is where I was at. And this is one I have on a frame because it's quite large. Let me stand up. Here is where I'm at now. But I am beginning to fall in love with this one. Because if you notice, whoa, you can start to see his hands where he's holding his hands together. And you can start to see the book, the Bible. Things are starting to come together. It's not just bunches of browns. That's why I think it was hard for me to do that, because it was a lot of browns and light colors. It wasn't bright. It was hard, but now I'm starting to see things take shape. So I'm really beginning to like this one. And I think up here it's going to be some more fingers. So every time I work on it, I begin to see a little bit more taking shape on this one. So that is where I'm at on that one. And let's see. Okay. And then I worked on, I have a tablecloth I worked on for a little bit, and a quilt I worked on for a little bit. And I'll have to show those to you. Maybe the next time I can show those to you. But anyways, I did that. And then the last thing is my last whip go. Oh, here it is. It's called So Happy. I'm working on this for 6 days. And this is what it will look like. I don't have a beginning picture because I started with a blank screen. So Happy. And let me move my thread kind of out of the way. Move it to the back a little bit. But this is where I'm at. I work up here in this corner, and if I have any thread left over on my needle, I went down to the bottom to work on the bottom of the sewing machine. So that's where I'm at on that. So that was my new one that I've been working on. Was So Happy. Now let me tell you what I did get done. Just a couple things. I think I've showed you this that I have gotten done, my January. Well, I bought some material that I'm going to try to put behind it to decorate it. And then, if it'll work after we put it on a board, I bought one of these. And I think we're going to put it, we'll put magnets on it, and we'll put it on here. I think that's my plan. I'm excited about that. So I've got to get it to the lady that helps me do that. See if we can mount that on there. I'll use magnets. And the reason I'm going to use magnets is so I can change it out from January to February and so forth. So that's my January one. And let's see. Here is my February one. So I'll be doing that soon. I have that one coming up pretty soon. So I'll have that one to do. Can't wait to get that one. And then I have another one completely finished in a frame and everything. My temperature chart from last year, January. You can see how the temperatures changed. The cold, and then how it got hot through June, July, August, September. And then how it started cooling back down. So that's last year's. So that's ready to be hung. It's not a perfect job of framing it. My husband and I did it. It's not perfect, but so I can hang that back there on my wall. I can put that over there. So I can have another one to hang back there. So anyways, that's another one that's done. So I'm excited about that. Now, let's see. Has that got everything covered that I've worked on? Oh, coming up, I was going to tell you how I kind of have my, here we go. See, this is my list of things that I'm doing. My country bloomers. Let me see. I thought I brought that in here with me. Maybe I, oh yeah, I did. Right here it is. I haven't worked on that yet. This is one I take with me when I don't have, when I'm traveling somewheres and doing something. And I'm going to take this, I'm going camping this weekend and I'm taking this with me so I can work on it. So there's really not much progress on this. So I'm still about in the same place. The basket down there, I've been working on it. So, but this is my oldest whip. So this one I try to give as much love to it as I can. So whenever I'm going someplace and I'm just going to be sitting, I try to work on it. So that's where that is. Wanted to show that to you because I have somebody that's keeping up with me on that one. But anyways, here's my list. And Country Bloomers and my John Deere and my 2021 Stitch Along, those are my oldest three. So I try to work on those every month. I try to keep up with them. Then the others just kind of tag along, and I try to alternate them as I go. And then in my WhipGo board, if it says a new project, I have down here WhipGo, so I will add one of them, or if it doesn't, I will add one of these that I've got pegged. So I try to add one new one a month. I know. But the others that I have here, yeah, they were kind of want-tos. At one point, they were really want-tos, like, yeah, I really want to do it. But as I come to them, I kind of reevaluate, and do I really want to do that? Is that something I really, really want? And if I decide I really don't want to do it, either I'll just delete it, or I'll move it to the very end. Say, nah, I'm going to think about it some more. So that's how I do that. I get the ones I really want to do. So that's my list that keeps me kind of on target to see if that's what I want to do. So the next one that I've got, let's see, the next one I'm going to do is Stitchography. That's the next one that's going to come up unless one comes up in my WhipGo board. But it's this one here. I've got this one ready to go. So if nothing comes up that tells me what I have to work on, I am going to work on, and I've got this one kitted up. It's ready to go. Everything's there. It's this one right here. It's got all cross-stitching words in it. Hoop, floss, cross-stitch, stitcher's gonna stitch, chart, color key, French knots, overcast, back stitch. It's just got all the words in there. So that's one that I'm going to do next, unless it comes up on my WhipGo, tells me it's something else that I have to do, or that's on my list. So that's the next one I'm going to do. Now, for cards, I only have 2 cards, and I don't think I showed you either one of these the last time. I really need to get busy making some new cards. This one here, Thinking of You. And my other ones that I made and I sent out, my Thinking of You came out much darker. This is my sample. So I kept it as my sample since my Thinking of You did not come out real dark. And then this one. Those are my 2. Those are my 2 newest cards that I made. So that's what I've done there. And let's see. I just received in the mail a couple Easter cards. Well, since Easter, non-Easter, but I wanted to show you a couple of them, and I really appreciate them. I thought that was a beautiful Easter card. Thank you. I love that one. And I got this Easter card. And this one. And then I like this one. I really like this one. And then what I liked about this one is I can take this off. I can tear this. It's perforated, and I can have me a bookmark. I thought that was really cute. That was cute. And then this one was special. Look at that one. I really like that one. And it says on the inside, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? Jesus is risen." I really like that card. I thought that was a special card. So, I wanted to thank two people. They sent me a message on my in my box the last time. They checked me out. The Crafty cataloger checked me out, and I really appreciate her. And the girls on Stitching at the Cabin, they checked me out. I've watched both of them, and they both checked me out and made remarks, and I really, really appreciate that. And then I have a dear friend named Cheryl. She always checks me out and makes remarks. So I would just appreciate it if you watch my video, and if there's something that you really liked, just make a remark or say I watched it and whatever, and just do that so I can know that you've been watching. Well, I think that's everything, and I didn't hear any loud noises. I think we made it through. I heard just a little drilling, and I'm sorry if that bothered you, but I think we did pretty well today. Anyways, let's end with our reading. Defeat is impossible. Let's see. Lord, what's it like to win every single time? To know going into the contest that you cannot lose? I have to admit something. I am afraid of defeat. I am afraid of looking weak, of getting hurt, of not knowing where to go afterward. Father, give me your assurance that defeat is impossible, and I have nothing to fear. Even if things don't work out the way I want, I'll have avoided all the wasted hours of worry, doubt, and my confidence. Your confidence will reassure me that what seems like a loss is actually part of the plan, that my victory is still ahead. I am looking for your assurance, Lord. This fear is getting heavy, and I'm ready to set it aside. How can you make it a point of setting your fear aside? We all are afraid of something, but how can we get and set that fear aside? You have a great day and have it all day long. And until the next time, I'll see you. This is Faith, the Crafty Stitcher. Bye-bye.